been helping us all weekend with the broadcast. He will be perched on turn 1 and turn 6, giving us a lot of the commotion that will take place right there on Columbus Drive.
That's a great way to put it, Rick. Chaos and commotion at the start. You know, this has been a weekend of unknowns. We don't know what to expect on the first ever street course. Got a taste yesterday. That's been compounded today with the wet weather. Drivers were apprehensive in the dry. Now they've got to take it up a notch in the wet. I'm in turns 1 and 6. They'll leave me on turn 1. They'll go to 2. They'll go through the backside of the course in 3, 4, and 5. Come back to me here in 6, and then work their way over to Michigan Avenue, where they will be greeted by the mayor, Jeff Burton, on the backside of the course on the north end.
Well, an already challenging event has just taken a step up. Every driver that we spoke to before the green flag, before this race got going, they talked about how narrow some of the racetrack parts are. Well, now if you slip a tire, you're up against a wall. If you spin, you're into the wall, and it's going to be ever-changing conditions. A few minutes ago, the road directly in front of me was not dry, but it wasn't, you know, it didn't have running water across of it. Now it does, because water is draining from one direction going across the racetrack. So drivers are going to have to learn where they can brake, where they got to check it up a little bit, where they can accelerate, and where they got to be easy on acceleration. And it's going to change every lap. A ton to learn in a short period of time.
And you may be wondering, where's our other colleague from the broadcast team, Dale Earnhardt Jr.? He will be in turn 4 and 5, and right now having a little difficulty with his audio. There he is, getting ready. Obviously in one of the fastest parts of this race course, and that is right at the end of the turn 4. So you see the safety truck coming down right now toward him through turn 3 and into turn 4. But that's right at the end of DeSable Lakeshore Drive. And we've seen cars get upwards of 160 miles an hour. Now that's in dry conditions.
Yeah, but you see right there, right? There's patches, there's concrete. We talk about changing conditions. And here's the challenge. This is the right-hand corner that the driver's going to have to make. It's almost like threading a needle, right? You got to be just barely off that wall to the right, miss the tires to the left.
Still all in line, and Steve, talk us through this 100-lap, 220-mile race.
Well, there's stages, even though we won't see a caution or a green and white checker at the end of the stages, but after 20 laps, points will be awarded for the first 10 cars that finish in that position in stage 1, and then 25 laps in stage 2, then the final stage 55 laps, which make it 100 laps in total. The fuel window 35 to 37, that's in the dry. If we get in the wet, because you just can't step on the throttle, you burn less gas. So we might be able to see him go a little bit further pit road down to 35 miles per hour.
Yeah, from upwards of 140, 150 miles an hour all the way down to 35, which, by the way, is the speed limit on most of the streets that they're racing. I believe Lakeshore Drive is a little bit higher at 45 miles per hour. But, yeah, 30 to 35 miles per hour on Columbus, on Michigan, on Balboa, Jackson, Roosevelt Road. So it's definitely something that Chicago has never seen, and something NASCAR has never seen. Racing on the streets here in Chicago.
Lead the field to green. That is the reason there's a Toyota pace car. That's a cool little touch for the street course, right? The Toyota, Ford, the Chevrolet. Whoever had the pole gets to lead the field to green.
Steve, one of the fun things that we are able to do when we go to a road course is sometimes we will do them radio style. And by that, I mean that we'll go from broadcaster to broadcaster in the different areas around the course and have them call that area. And that's what we're going to be able to do once again today. Until Dale Jr.'s headset works, we will have you kind of fill in for him on turns 4, 5, and 6. But again, we will have Bagley in turn 1 and turn 6. We'll have the mayor, Jeff Burton. He'll take everything from turn 7 all the way through turn 11. And then, Steve, you and I got it on the front stretch when they get ready to come back to the green flag. It is a great sight to see the lights off of that Toyota Camry leading the field here to the start.
This is the last chance these drivers have to kind of get a view of the track. Next time through, it's going to be at speed. All these 90-degree corners are blind. The conditions will change, as Jeff Burton mentioned. Every single lap, there'll be something different about the surface itself. that higher shot. I mean, how about the fans? It's not just the stands and the suites. They are lined up everywhere you can kind of get a glimpse of the cars. You see them there right along the fence line.
Here they come into turn 11. In the field now being led by Denny Hamlin. He won the pole yesterday, and now he has the honor and is making history as NASCAR is racing in the streets of Chicago. Down the front stretch they come for the first time.
Here they come off the end of the front straightaway. Tyler Reddick in the 45, wasting no time. He's going to jump to the outside of Denny Hamlin. Hamlin slips off the corner. That'll give Tyler Reddick the advantage. Hamlin in the 11. Reddick in the 45. Surprisingly, side by side for the lead through 1 through 2 and up through Lakeshore Drive heading to turn 3.
Denny Hamlin not giving up the position, battles back on the outside of Reddick. The problem is he won't be in position for turn 4. Very narrow. Will they sort it out? Threading a needle. Hamlin carrying a lot of speed. They somehow go through there too wide successfully. Now it's off from turn 5. Back down Columbus as you see the field continuing to foul through nice and clean. Really quite shocking, Bags.
It is, and I'm surprised that Tyler Reddick was so aggressive on the initial start, but that aggressiveness has paid off. Here they come into the braking zone. They're going all the way down to first gear. Change for third. You see Christopher Bell at the 20. He'll slide off the corner for a while, and that will open the line for Shane Van Gissenberg. And right now in 7th.
And we see Eric Almirola, he's turned around and coming out of turn number 5. We'll see if he can get it going the right direction here.
Oh, and we're winding them up here in 6. You got Eric Jones involved, Brett Keselowski's involved, Noah Gregson's into the tire pack. Gregson's going to back it up, but Eric Jones and Brett Keselowski are wedged together now in 6. Here's Brad, he'll back it up, wait for Eric Jones to do the same, and as they came to grief in 6, now they will part peaceably and resume their driving activities.
Take another look at what happened here. That's Eric Almirola coming out of 5. A lot of bumps there. And that concrete, we've heard SVJ say that they could be a little slicker on that surface. And Eric Almirola learned that here's the pileup in turn 6.
Yeah, it really starts with the 42 of Eric Jones in the 43, just in way too deep. Nowhere for the 6 to go, nowhere for the 42, which is the teammate to that black 43 car at the bottom of the screen. Luckily, the yellow car kind of snuck through behind him there, and another hit. Oh, Denny Hamlin, the pole sitter. Contact with the barrier.
Denny Hamlin, that is turn 2. Right as you get ready to come down Lakeshore Drive, and Denny Hamlin got a little bit too hot into 2.
This is a great view right off the front bumper of Hamlin's car. You see the different surfaces. Looking back at the driver himself, he's got to be frustrated. He knows he had track position, obviously some sort of mistake or issue. Listen to the wheel spin, just how low of grip there is. All right, let's take another look right here. We're going to see all by himself that purple 11 just gets in the corner, loses grip.